In today's jazz guitar lesson, you'll learn my All the Things You Are guitar solo. Hi, my diligent little jazz bees around the world. Sandra, Sherman here. Greetings from Austria. I've made a playable yet authentic and sweet sounding solo. Lots of arpeggios, motifs, and enclosures in there, so it never gets boring. I show everything note for note, slow and easy, and there is also a slow tempo playthrough towards the end of this lesson. I've made tabs and backing tracks, which you can download from the link down below in the description box. Please also visit my lesson shop, Guitarversum.com, for more lesson material like this one. And now let's get ready. We're in the key of A flat major, and we have an A, a B, and a C section. The A section is 16 bars long, the B section 8 bars, and the C section is 12 bars long. So we have a total of 36 bars. Here we go. Alright, here's phrase 1 at fast tempo first, then I break it all down for you, slow and easy, and then I'll play it at slow tempo again. Alright, here we go. 2, 3, 4. We are in the key of A flat, and the first couple bars, the first 5 bars to be exact, are in the key of, we can use the A flat major scale, which is here. And we have to stick to the chord tones to make it sound real good and jazzy. And we start with the F minor, so I focus on that chord tone of the F minor. 9th fret, 8th fret, 9th fret. Now I go up the triad, 10, 9, 8. And that's nice for the F minor chord. Now the next chord is B flat minor, belongs to the A flat scale too, but has completely different chord tones. See, now we have that D flat on top, and I focus on this one. I play around it, 9, 8, 9. I make a hammer, a pull, and hammer pull. 11th of the B string, play around a bit, 8, 11. I now have an enclosure. The 10 leads me to the 9th, right? It's an enclosure. Actually, this one is a passing note, right? So here's the B flat bar again. And this is my landing tone for the E flat 7 chord, right? I have an E flat 7 here. You should know all the chords in the area that you're playing. And it doesn't matter if there are cowboy chords or not. These are not the chords I would play when I comp, when I play the rhythm. But just for visuals, okay? So I see I can land here, 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 here. You don't even have to know all the, I don't know, plethora of arpeggios. But if you know a chord everywhere where you are at the moment, then you already have like 3, 4, 5 notes at hand available. So this is where I land for the E flat 7, and it's an altered chord because it resolves. And in bebop or later jazz, we alter the dominant chords when they resolve, okay? So now I'll play a Charlie Parker altered line from, I think Donnelly it is. Okay, we start on the D flat, going down to the E. That's a flat 9. The F is the ninth. He kind of mixed altered and unaltered in this one. Going to the C, which is the flat 13, to the B. No, this is the 13, sorry. This is the flat 13. Slide down. 8, 8 fret, 8 fret, 8 fret, bar over. And the 11th on the D string. And here is the resolution for the A flat major 7 chord that follows now. I see an A flat major chord here. And that's where the resolution goes. On the C, that's the third of the A flat. Great tone. And I noodle around it a bit. Just arpeggio tones. The 9th fret is the root. Pull off to the major 7th of the chord. And this is the 5th, right? Here is the entire phrase number 1 at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4. And here are the next 4 bars, phrase number 2. Here it is at fast tempo first. 2, 3, 4. Alright, we're still in the key of A flat major. Now we have a D flat major chord, which is the 4th degree. That's D flat Lydian. And I have a beautiful D flat major 7 chord lying here. So I approach it on a 4, and I don't always want to start on the 1. It sounds really beginner-like. Start on offbeats like 4 and 1, and here we go. I play the arpeggio. But I use a triplet, and that's about the jazziest thing you can do. Use triplets and arpeggios. And here is the 9th of the D flat. I slide over to the F, a little chromatic, 12th fret, 11, the root, D flat. I slide down, now I'm on the D minor chord, and this is the 7th, and I go down the chord or pentatonic scale. What did I use? Yeah, that's just the arpeggio. D minor 7 arpeggios here. All right. Another triplet. 1 and triplet, and now it's G7. We have a 2-5-1 now, and it leads me perfectly to the 3rd of the G7 chord. That's the B, and I play nothing but a G7 arpeggio from the 3rd. This is the 5th of the chord, the 7th of the chord, and the root. And now I resolve to C major. I see my C chord fragment here. That's the E, the 3rd of the chord, and the C is the root. And then I add both of them. Right? I love doing that. It's just like a statement, okay? This is C. Right? Then I play around. I have one more bar of C going on, and I play around with the arpeggio again, and I move a little down to the left. Play on 9, 10, 9, embellishment, hammer, pull, the 10th fret, the 7th fret, and the 8th, and that's just the arpeggio. All I did was play the arpeggio here. All right, and here's the entire phrase number 2 for you at slow tempo. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. All right, here we go. Phrase number 3, fast tempo first. 1, 2, 3. We now have the exact same chord formula as we did in the beginning. The first 5 bars are the same, but we're in a different key. We're in E flat now. And the chord formula was, I know I didn't mention it, I'll mention it now, is 6, 2, 5, 1, right? In the beginning of the song was also 6, 2, 5, 1, 4. So E flat major scale is the one we're in now. And I start with an enclosure, 7, 5 of the A string. And so an enclosure is if you use a chromatic or a scale tone above and below, and then you have the target tone. And the target tone is E flat. We're in C minor now. And I use a concept called superimposition, and that's playing not the native arpeggio over the chord, but a different one. So over C minor, I play the E flat major 7 arpeggio. And we're gonna use this for the next bar too, this concept. So memorize. Over a minor chord, you can play a major 7 arpeggio from its third. The third of the C minor chord is E flat. Now I play an E flat major arpeggio. Right? E flat, G, B flat, D. With the enclosure before. I don't want to start on 1, so I start on beat 4 and 1. Here we go. Sounds so much better. Hammer. Now I noodle around the E flat major scale a bit. And have another enclosure, 5, 7, that leads me to this A flat, okay? Here we go. So this A flat, now we're in F minor. The chord is F minor, the scale is still E flat, that's F Dorian. And the same concept is being used. The third of the F minor is A flat, so I play an A flat major arpeggio. Enclosure before. Then I add the 9th, which is the 6th fret of the B, and the 8th fret of the G string. And now our B flat altered, the 5 chord we altered because it resolves. And the same concept, but now over an altered chord, you play from its third, B flat, the third is D, you play a diminished arpeggio. Right? And that gives us the sound of a B flat 7 flat 9 chord. Beautiful. Then I play some embellishments. A flat, 6, right? These embellishments are always hammer pull. And resolution to E flat major. I have this chord in mind. I target its third, but I don't play the third arpeggio here. I just play the chord tones. G, I slide into that, B flat, G, and the 6th below is the 5th of the chord. That's the 8th fret of the D string. Here it is at slow tempo. 1, 2, 3. And here's phrase number 4 at fast tempo first. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right, A flat major, the 4th degree of the E flat scale. And I had a motif here for the E flat major. Now I do something like it on the A flat. I go over to here's the chord again, this one or the triad chord. C on the 10th fret, A flat on the 9th fret, back to the C and to the A flat. So it's just same rhythmic motif. Now a little enclosure for the A. 13, 11 of the A goes to the A, because now we're in a 2-5-1 in actually G minor. But the funny thing with all the things you are is it has some minor cadences that resolve to major. This is one of them. A half diminished we want to have. So I play an arpeggio, A, C, E flat, G. So enclosure, hammer or don't hammer, whatever you like, whatever you prefer. D altered, again from the F sharp, it's third, I play a diminished arpeggio, just like I did on the B flat. Now on D. This chord, play the arpeggio from here. Right? You can have a pull-off. and another pull-off to the G major chord. And I do almost the same as I did on this E flat major chord. I just had these, I didn't play the major 7th, now I do. Here is the chord. Hope you can see that. Alright, don't play the chord afterwards, I'm just showing you for visuals. And then a little add-on is always nice, so it doesn't sound as, I don't know, prepared, you know, a little add-on. 10 to 9 and 10. These are chord tones again, okay? The 3rd of the G and the 5th of the G. Right? And don't let this ring. Rest. Alright, here's phrase number 4 at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4. Welcome to the B section. Here are the first 4 bars. 1, 2, 3. Now we have a pure major G major 7, G major cadence. All right, A minor, D, G. All right, the A minor, I use my concept of the of starting from the 3rd of the chord and playing a major arpeggio over it. So I want to play C major 7, and I have an enclosure before. I start on the 7 from below, 7, 9, enclosure, and on beat 1, I land on the tone I want, the 3rd of the chord. Play the arpeggio, C, E, G, B. Now I noodle around and play an arpeggio, an enclosure again. 7 of D, 10, 7, 8, 9. So this is my target tone for the D7, okay? It's the 3rd of the D7. D7 should be altered. I play the F sharp diminished arpeggio again. We had this before. Now I play it down here. Right? 10th fret, 8th fret, 7, 10, 8. A little enclosure now. From above, from below, 6, slide into the 7, which is the 5 of the G major 7 resolving chord, right? All right, from the F sharp. Now I'm on G major 7 and I play around this chord. Here's my embellishment, my trill again. And here's the try it. Maybe slide into it if you catch it. If not, then not. Here's the whole phrase at slow tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. And here are the last 4 bars of the B section. This is phrase number 6 at fast tempo. 2, 3, 4, 1. All right, we are in a minor cadence again. E minor cadence, F sharp half diminished to be altered. Should resolve to E minor, but it resolves to E major. That's the funny thing, and then we have a C altered. All right, F sharp half diminished arpeggio from the F sharp, A, C, and E is the minor 7th. But I play this with a triplet again, starting on count on an offbeat, then having a triplet with an arpeggio is as jazzy as it gets. 1 and triplet. Then I play a little bit around in that E minor or G major scale. D, B, C, and D again. Just noodling around. Maybe have a pull-off or not. Now you definitely want to pull off your hammer, your legato technique, to B7 alto to the third. And again, I play that diminished arpeggio from the third, pull off, and now 8th fret B string, barring over to the 8th fret of the G, and going to the 10th of the D string. And that gives us, it's a little hard to fret, a C minor major chord. And the B altered scale is the 7th mode of the C melodic minor scale, where that house chord is C minor major 7. So I just added an arpeggio to this. Diminished, it's 2 scales because the diminished chord doesn't come from the, is not derived from the alt scale. The alt scale doesn't have a perfect 5th as we have in the diminished. So this comes from the diminished scale, and now I'm going over to the alt scale. B alt scale, and the resolution, E major chord, B to G sharp, 2, 3, B major triad gives me over E, or just have the low E string ring to get an imagination of the sound. It's an E major 9 chord actually. Here's the 9th. All right, another superimposition. All right, and then I slide for, we have a C altered, and this time I play the C altered because it resolves to the F minor chord in the next phrase, okay, in the A section or C section. And if it resolves to a minor chord, a good thing is to play the harmonic minor scale of that chord. So F minor will be the resolution for C, C altered, and it will resolve to F minor. So take the F harmonic minor scale. It's one choice. You can play the C altered scale too, but play F harmonic minor scale. So I start on the C, root note, A flat to G, F, E, C, B flat, and the G. Nice C, F harmonic minor or C Phrygian dominant sound. And then I resolve to the 11th, but this is gonna be the next phrase, okay? So here is the entire phrase number 6 at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4, 1. We're in the C section now. Here's phrase 7 at fast tempo. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yay, lots of nice triplets here again. We are in the key of A flat again. It's the same chords as in the A section, the first couple of bars, but then it changes. That's why I called it the C section. As promised from that C, the resolution now F minor. That was the last tone in my C. I now slide into the A flat and I play an F minor add 9 arpeggio. Oops. A flat, C, F, G, here's the 9. And I love that sound so much. Yeah. Ain't that sweet? I learned this from when I started playing gypsy jazz. They use all minor add 9 arpeggios. So sweet. Let it ring. And now we have the 2-5-1. B flat, E flat, A flat. We're in the key of A flat again. The second degree is B flat Dorian, and I play the B flat melodic minor now to add a little sophistication. Is that a noun? Right. I start on the avoid note. Ooh, the 6th, which is the 5 of the string. 7, that's the major 7. 8, 5, hammer to the 6, 6, bend over, roll over, 5, 8, 6. And I have 2 triplets in there, and the rest in the beginning. 1 and triplet, triplet, 4 and. Such a cool phrase for a B minor 7. Although we use the major 7 in that line and in that scale, in the melodic minor scale, it doesn't really clash against it. You don't land on this one, okay? And now I go to E flat altered. I start on its third chord, third chord tone on the third. Sorry, that's the G. 5 to 4, slide it down. 6, 4, 5, 4, pull off 7, resolution. Now we are in A flat major. That's the 5th of the A flat. I played just the arpeggio. Then to the G, and now I start the arpeggio. A flat, C, E flat, G, and the 9th on top. 1 and triplet. Arpeggio and triplets, the easiest way to sound jazzy. All right, here it is at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4. And here's the last phrase already. Phrase number 8, here we go. 2, 3, 4. All right, we are on the 4th degree of the scale, D flat major. And we're still in A flat major, so this is D flat Lydian. I slide into that 8th fret. Then I go down, I have that arpeggio in mind, and I use a little chromatic. 9, 8, 7, 6. Make the pull-off here, because the pull-off or legato technique always goes from offbeat to beat. And 1 and 2 and 3. Go over to the 6th, slide to the 5th and the 6th. Now we have a D flat minor chord now, and I see this in front of me. So all I need to do is bridge over to catch that D flat and a flat third. And I now do some motifs. 1 and 2, 3, repeat it on 4. And then we go to C minor, 1 to the left. 2, 3, 4, and B diminished. And then the B diminished arpeggio. Right? Everything up until here. And now I play a B flat Dorian line over the B flat minor chord, and I used the first pattern. I just made a video for bebop lines in the first pattern, Dorian bebop lines, and so this is one of them. B flat, A flat, G, F, E flat, C, D flat, bridge over to the 6th fret of the B string. And now the 5 chord is the E flat again, and I stretch over and I play an E minor add 9 chord, minor 9 chord over E flat altered. 5th of the B, 4th, 5th. Go down the altered scale, 4, 2, 2nd of the A string, 4th of the A string. This is an enclosure for the now coming these tones, and these are over A flat already. Here's the A flat, try it. So this is the 5th of the A flat and a 3rd, and that's how I end. all right? And here's phrase, the last phrase of phrase number 8 at slow tempo. 2, 3, 4. 2, 3. So before I play through the entire song now at slow tempo, may I recommend to you my other tutorials for All the Things You Are. Check out my chord melody tutorial, and I think I'm gonna make a comping tutorial too soon, so by the time you will watch this video, maybe it is already online. Also check out my chord melody playlist. All right, and now let's play the song at slow tempo. I hope you liked my All the Things You Are guitar solo. If you did so, give me a fair thumbs up and share the love and the knowledge. And I see you next week. Servus, baba.